joining me for this edition of Weather Northeastern with meteorologist Mark Molnar. Let's get right into the forecast. We're starting off with this pattern that will be going through the end of the week here across the eastern, basically the third of the United States and part of North America here. We're looking at a jet stream that's pushing well up to the north here, especially north of the U.S.-Canadian border. Polar jet stream really pushed and suppressed to the north. That brings the subtropical jet way to the north here. Lots of tropical moisture, tropical temperatures getting up into the 60s and 70s in portions like the mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast. And we'll be dealing with some heavy rainers here across portions of the mid-Atlantic, parts of the Northeast. Maybe a stray severe cell mixed in places like Pennsylvania, central and eastern Pennsylvania, down towards Maryland, Virginia, and especially into the southeast here. But here further north, the main story will be the temperatures. Most of the rain moving out east of Interstate 81 here in the northeast by 2 or 3 p.m., bringing mostly sunny skies. But for the most part, we'll be dealing with a widely scattered strong storm here. Portions of central and eastern Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania, on southward here, and then we get into the more widespread severe weather for portions of the southeast here and parts of the eastern Appalachians. So there you have it. This is the setup pattern for your Friday night into early Saturday before the cold front comes crashing through for the weekend. It will return temperatures basically to near normal, though nothing really bone-chilling cold. Let's get right into a viewer sent-in photo here. John from Northport, Maine. Look at this beautiful sunset here across Northport, Maine in his travels to Maine. And very nice capture here, John, from the Northport, Maine area. Take a look at that nice sunset. And taking a look here, Lucas D. from Linden, Texas, continuing with a clip it here from his dashboard cam. So nice captures here, Lucas, as well. Thank you, John and Lucas, for your sharing your viewers send in photos and videos. Let's get right into the forecast. We're starting off with precipitation totals. Take a look at this, basically west of the Mississippi River or basically west of the Appalachians after Friday night. We'll be dealing with practically nothing out here. The big unsettled part of the country will be the eastern portion. This is where we'll deal with a lion's share of the precipitation, mostly in the form of rain, very little in the way of snow. It will just be too warm, especially well up to north to the U.S.-Canadian border. Let's get right into the pattern. Pattern reversal, we'll be dealing with, after Friday and Saturday, we'll be dealing with a little bit of troughiness, but you really can't call this much of a trough. We'll be dealing with practically a zonal pattern here. We'll start zipping those systems across, especially the northern tier of the country here. We'll start to basically bring some clipper systems, and there'll be one clipper in particular I'll show you later Sunday into Monday, a very weak clipper that will basically move across portions of the lower Great Lakes into the mid-Atlantic region, spreading some very light precipitation. Let's get right into snowfall amounts. This basically takes us through Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. Much of this across Pennsylvania remaining very light. That will be with our clipper system later Sunday into Monday. Possibility of maybe some light accumulations, but that's very marginal given temperatures will be mostly into the mid to upper 30s. Then you bring it north here towards Lake Ontario, Lake Erie. This is where later Saturday we could get some of those streamers start to set up here. Nothing too intense, but we can't rule out at least a couple inches here, especially those proverbial lake effect snow bands north and around Syracuse and south of Buffalo here. So ice accumulations, I'm not expecting any ice, no warm air overriding any cold air at the surface, at least for the next 5 days. Getting right into your forecast, TGIF. Your Friday, look at this. Very nice temperature-wise here. Take a look at the cold front starting to push to the east, but early morning temperatures here into western New York, western Pennsylvania will be into the upper 50s, but then that will be your high as the cold front crashes through, becoming windier and blusterier. Look at this. To the east here, especially I-81 eastward, that's where the temperatures will really soar into the mid to high 60s, even some 70s down towards south of Wilkes-Barre, towards Allentown, maybe places like Harrisburg, Philadelphia, and over to Newark, New Jersey. Over towards portions of New England, we'll get into some possible rain showers, especially developing late morning. And some of these thunderstorm cells, I'm not expecting a widespread severe outbreak here by any means, but portions of right around the PA Turnpike, I-476, over towards, down towards east of Interstate 81, south of the Poconos in Pennsylvania, stretching over towards southern New Jersey here. This is where we could see a stray isolated strong storm. The main threat would be a damaging wind gust, maybe even later in the day, portions of right around the New York City area over towards Long Island. We could see an isolated strong cell here tap into some of those jet stream winds. So don't rule out severe weather here, even though it won't be a major widespread outbreak. Still, I got the red shading here. You'll want to keep an eye to the sky on your Friday. Saturday, the cold front pushes through, blustery and colder, but you can't call this below normal. These are pretty much normal temperatures. We set up some of those lake effect streamers, maybe 2 to as much as 4 inches in some of those areas towards the Tug Hill, off the Allegheny Plateau here in portions of southwest New York State. And temperatures will take a tumble. We'll be in the lower to mid 30s in most areas, but you really can't call this below normal because this is about on target for this time of year into your Sunday. We pretty much try to clear most of the areas out. We'll still have some lake effect clouds and some flurries and snow showers dotted around the region before the next system moves in later Sunday and Monday. Here is your Monday. There's that Clipper system. Kind of moves across southern Pennsylvania into Maryland here, spreading a little bit of a light wintry mix, especially early Monday morning here across portions of Pennsylvania. We're not looking at any major accumulations, but this will be something to watch here. Later in the day, temperatures do rise above freezing, so pretty much anything that falls will melt at that point, so it's not an all-day event. And as I said, temperatures will warm to actually a little bit above normal for this time of year as we head towards spring. There you have it. Do I really think there's going to be any more winter storms this winter? I still think there could possibly be a chance here across our region. So don't let your guard down just yet, especially through the end of March here, beginning of April. We've been known to have some systems crop up. Let's take a look at my 5-day from Binghamton to Scranton's upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York into northeast Pennsylvania. Friday, there's that day where it gets up towards the mid to high 60s, maybe near 70 in some of those areas. Most of the rain will be in the morning. We'll end it and sun will come out ahead of the cold front into your Friday night and Saturday, turning blusterier and colder. Look at those temperatures tumbling down towards the 30s into your Sunday. Sun makes a comeback into your 30s and then into your Monday and your Tuesday. Kind of rebounding a little bit here as the sun crops out, maybe up towards 40. That'll do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com, Twitter at WX Northeastern, Google Plus at MeteoMark. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Weather Northeastern.